What up? Coming to you live from one of my most anticipated videos that I've ever created. I'm hoping that the next series in this saga can help your mother, your brother, your mom, your dad, your friends and family, anyone in the car community, especially the people who have cars that aren't sold in America. Because when it comes to total loss claims, because our cars aren't in Kelley Blue Book, there is no NDA value, there is no database or trace where they can say, hey, this Mira walkthrough was paid out $10,000, so we're gonna give you $10,000. This Honda Beat, this R34, this Supra, this S15, this Figaro, whatever the case may be, because it isn't as easy for an insurance company to just pull that information up, it's not really in our favor. And because of that, I took the liberty of creating this series, really documenting every step. I'm gonna post all the behind the scenes footage, the full-length conversations on Patreon if you want to go over there and explore, get some additional information. It's only $5 a month and it could help you out for a lifetime, honestly. But on Patreon, I'm going to really even react to my videos, show complete emails and everything, and really like dive deep into every single step to how we got to this resolution. But before we jump ahead, let's go back about a year and a half to me purchasing my first ever Daihatsu Mira walkthrough. So I first learned about the Mira walkthrough, I think with this company, I forgot their name, but they sell pins out of it. I think it's like J Pins or something like that. They're based in the West Coast. And I thought about it and I was like, cool, I've always wanted to do like a mobile merch van or like a mobile, like I wanted to use WayBeforeTheFame as like a mobile store. So when I saw them doing with pins, I was like, okay, I want to do the same thing. So I've been looking one forever. I went to Japan a couple times, could never find one. I've never found one on like Facebook Marketplace or anything like that. So when I eventually did find this white one, I was like, cool, let's do it. I ended up paying for it. I got it over here early 2024. I ended up putting wheels, putting my little touches, and it ended up being a store because it had two side windows. But there was one major flaw in that vehicle, and it's something that's stock, but for someone like me who wants to drive the car all the way to Miami, to California, to Texas, all over the place, is really my daily. I needed a little more oomph. And it being a 660cc, 3-speed automatic, it just struggled. So I ended up selling that one. Shout out to Brad Peters, went to a good home. He still has it. And then I found a blue one. And not only did I find a blue one, but I found a way to get a Miragino front end. I found a way for it to be turbo swapped. And then that's when I realized, okay, let's finish the swap. Let's do thousands of dollars of maintenance. Let's do as much preventive maintenance as we possibly can do because I want this car to really work. I think I found the one with the turbo engine, the upgraded transmission. We're not going to go from 3-speed to 4-speed automatic. I think those missing pieces as far as the style, that was going to be my forever Kei. That's where the name came from, my forever Kei. Kei because the Kei car and forever because I want to keep it forever. Fast forward, the car eventually arrives in New York around August, September. Because of the swap and because of, I guess, the maintenance and, everything that goes into an engine swap or front end swap, my fog lights didn't work, my wipers didn't work. A lot of the dash pieces were missing, my speedometer didn't work. I didn't have AC, although I paid over $1,000 to get the AC system completely fixed. And it just became a problem and a lemon. And that's where we got the name Blueberry Lemon, because it's blue, and a lemon because nothing worked. I want to say the first 3 months of me owning that vehicle, it was non-stop issues. Remember, my gas, I couldn't put more than like 10 tenths of gas at a time. My exhaust manifold or my turbo we thought was broken or blown or cracked because I had this squealing sound. End up it was just a loose nut. Shout out to Dad by Garage, everybody who helped with the build. We end up putting so much time and money into it, although we didn't really figure out all the mechanical issues, just because it was my forever Kei. I was like, no matter what, even if I put a new motor, I'm keeping this car forever. It's exactly what I wanted. I wanted a mobile store. So I would say about, God knows, $5,000 plus into power windows, underglow, speakers, dash. We cut a custom dash out of another Mira. Little pieces there, parts from Malaysia, parts from Japan, parts from all over. I finally got the car dialed in. That's when I was like, okay, I'm going to shows, but I feel like I need a window. You guys remember, I didn't even have a window. I ended up going to shops in Long Island, Jersey, Pennsylvania, you name it. I was driving all over the place to find a shop that can cut me and do like a safari style window similar to a food truck. We ended up finding a spot in Jersey. I think it was like $1,500 or $2,000 to get it done. They did a great job, and then it was too short. I ended up having to drive all the way back to Jersey. We ended up getting it higher, and then it went like this, and I no longer had the worry of someone just running into or someone getting injured. At that point, I want to say it's somewhere in the colder months. So I end up just leaving the car and not even thinking about it. I go to Japan for 3 months. And once I get back, I'm trying to make this story a little faster, although I know I've been talking for a while. But once I get back from Japan and Hawaii, it's around late June, July. I'm like, okay, the car is exactly how I want it to be. I got the LEDs, I got the speakers, I got the sub, I got the backup camera, I got the dash, I got the underglow, I got the tri-spokes, I got the yellow calipers, you name it. The car is way before the Fame spec. It is forever K status. There's nothing more I can do to it to make it perfect, exactly how I want it to be. So I'm like, there's only one thing left to do. What else can I do? Go on a road trip. Which end up being, you'll see later. Luckily, when I wanted to go on a road trip, it worked out perfectly. We're Capital K Club, shout out to them. They were doing their annual barbecue. I think it was their 3rd or 4th ever. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do an oil change. Let me just make sure everything in the Mira walkthrough is good. And we're gonna drive it about 5 hours from New York City to Maryland. I can't even speak. We're gonna drive from New York City to Maryland. In Maryland, shout out to everybody at the Capital K Club. They were showing hella love. I got some videos I can show you guys. I think I made like, I don't know, $500 or something. The money was irrelevant. I was just happy to see a bunch of K cars, a bunch of people I've known, even cars that I've sold people were there. It was just cool experience, and it was my first time ever going there, and I absolutely loved it. My thought process from there, though, was, all right, I'm already 5 hours away from home. Do I really just drive another 5 hours home? That's kind of boring. Why don't I go all the way down to Atlanta, another 10 hours away, meet up with Zook Me, go to Duncan Imports, go to another car event, this time Clean Culture in Atlanta, my first time ever going, and then really, you know, put the Mira walkthrough to work. Let me show everybody. Let me show it off. Let me show off all my, like, you know, $35,000 of hard work. So we ended up going to Clean Culture. I had a vendor set up. Again, I was able to live out my dreams of like, wow, this is always what I wanted to do. Go to Clean Culture, go to WECFest, go to Import Alliance, any of the major car shows. I wanted to have my Mira walkthrough be a reflection of the YouTube channel, of the Patreon, of myself, and just share the K-car love to everybody. Vending experience, I didn't make that much money, but I was like, whatever, you know, you live and you learn. I got to give out business cards, followers, subscribers. All that to me is always a W. From there, I was like, you know what? I ended up leaving the event about like 2 hours early. It started to die down. And then we end up driving, I think, all the way to maybe somewhere in North Carolina. And then on July 20th, 1 month from today, oddly enough, that is when my life changed forever. So let me paint the picture for you. We're going to slow down now. I'm driving on the I-85. I'm somewhere in North Carolina. I wake up early. I'm like, yo, I want to get home already. I've been driving this little box that gets 12 miles per gallon for so long. I just want to get home. So I'm driving, far right lane, I-85. We're not going to talk about the accident. I look at my rearview mirror and I see a white Civic hauling. I wasn't really too worried about it because if you live in New York, you know, like the Bell Parkway or just people, you know, like this whole thing of white lining and cutting up. I've seen several cars get very close to me, but they always slow down. You know what I mean? They don't rear end me. So I see a white Civic pulling in hot. I'm going like 60, 65, and then they have to be going like at least like 80. And I'm like, okay, they're going to slow down at some point. I'm not even too worried about them. They're going to slow down at some point. They're going to slow down at some point. And then I'm just like, hold on. They haven't slowed down yet. They haven't slowed down yet. And then you just hear boom. I go like this. I'm in the far right lane, mind you, the slow lane. The car, this is 3 lanes. My car goes like this. It drifts all the way to the fast lane. And my back right wheels, you can see, because if I have to explain the accident, I'm in this lane. From far back, too, it wasn't even like she was cutting up. You just see this. And then I think last minute she looked up because she somehow didn't see a big blue box. But she looked up, and then she must have tried to go like that. That's why if you look at the accident, I was only hit on the right. Because I'm assuming last minute she was like, oh, crap. And then she just tried to get out the way. You know, obviously she still hit me. So I'm in the far right lane. She hits me. I drift all the way to the fast lane. And then I come all the way back because I'm like, oh, crap, I'm about to go into a ditch. I don't want to go into a ditch. So I go all the way back. Luckily, I guess from 20 years of driving and, you know, I can't predict and be like, oh, yeah, I'm such a good driver. But, like, I guess because I saw it coming and I wasn't on my phone like somebody else, I was able to brace it and then kind of just have both hands on the wheel and then just go boom, boom. I was able to veer off safely and nobody was hurt. I had a couple cuts on my leg. And then once the accident happened, I didn't even look at my car. I got out, I walked straight to her, and I was just like, what happened? It was also a convoy of cars. There was a Cybertruck, it was her white Civic, and like some other car. And what happened? I was like, what happened? And I kid you not, this is her response. Why are we going so slow? And then I look and I'm like, where's the speed limit? Like, I need to know, like, what is she talking about? But I think it said 70, and she was like, yeah, the speed limit is 70. Why are we going so slow? And I was like, you hit me from behind. Even let's pretend I was going 20 miles per hour. You hit me from behind. Weren't you paying attention to realize, oh, wow, this person has a flat tire? this person's car broke down. Let me slow down and go around them. So I'm like, you hit me from behind, and then her friend comes out of nowhere. Just get out of here. We don't want to talk to you. And I'm like, I'm not even that mad. You guys don't even know that over the course of a year and a half, really my whole adult life, I've always wanted to have a mobile store. That you guys just ruined that. So I'm like, hey, did anybody call the cops? They're like, nah. And I'm like, okay, so 911. And then I'm like, where are we? I don't even know where I'm at. I'm like, what exit is this? They're like, exit whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. The cop comes. She's like, anybody injured? I'm like, nah, we're all good. She has scrubs on. She's like, oh, I haven't slept in 2 days. And, you know, I don't even know, honestly. Then her friends leave her. She starts crying. And I tell her, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, we're all good. We're walking away. She literally drove away when the accident was over. Her car had maybe a dented hood. The grill was broken, but she wasn't leaking any fluids. No airbags deployed. She was good. So the police end up coming. He asked me what happened. I said, hey, you know, I got rear-ended. He obviously agrees with me, seeing how, you know, we're on the highway and you hit me from behind. The cop actually comes up to me. He's like, how much are one of these worth? And it's just like, that's the last thing I want to talk about right now. But I ended up telling him all the information about the car. Mira walked through. Then another homie stops by. It would be cool if he watches this video right now. Comment below. But he was like, hey, are you good? I saw all the tire marks, because you can see it's almost like I was doing a burnout from so far. He was like, I saw the tire marks. I thought you had it flat. I was like, no, not a flat. I'm just here waiting to get picked up. So Zugmi, Justin, I think his name is. Travis, his name was Travis. I really spent this entire time looking it up because he really did save the day. So when the accident happened, I'm like, okay, first of all, I need to fly to the Dominican Republic for a wedding in 2 days. I'm literally driving home to rush home to get home to that flight. So luckily, I did not want my car to go to a yard. I didn't want it to go to this body shop or nothing. I wanted to go to someone I knew, someone I trusted, where I could leave the car there, because from there I was going to Hawaii. I was going to be home. The accident happened a month ago and I still don't have my car. Luckily, Travis was free. Zukmi was free. They were able to save the day. They came to pick me up. They took like 2 hours. Well, that's irrelevant. And then the car, the back wheel was stuck, so I couldn't even drive it up. We had to wench it up there. That's how hard she hit me. Fast forward, we get to Zukmi's house. We end up just trying to do anything to get the car to roll on its own power. That way it could go in his garage and then we can reassess the damage and everything. Luckily, we were able to do that. I ended up flying home the next day. And then that's when I first got in contact with the insurance company. I'm not going to use anyone's real name. I'm not going to use the insurance company because, to be honest, they're just doing their job and kind of all that's semi-irrelevant. So because this was my first car accident ever, and at that, a total loss, I didn't really know exactly what to do, just like most people watching. This is when we're really going to get into meat and potatoes. The accident happened on the 20th. I want to say they called me. Her insurance company called me because I didn't want to go through my insurance. A lot of comments were telling me, oh, go through yours. I have Haggerty. Yeah, go through yours. And I just feel like because she was 100% negligent, I don't want to go through mine. I want to go through hers. I want her, who has insurance, to have to deal with all this. I don't want, if I told Haggerty my car was $40,000, I don't want to deal with none of that. I want mine to be like it never happened because I didn't do anything. I was just minding my business and I got rear-ended. So the accident happened on the 20th. I first heard from her insurance company 23rd. She said, hey, I'm just finishing up this case. Can you just tell me more about it? I said, I was going 60-65. I got rear-ended and that's where we're at. She said, okay, I'll call you back. The very next day, an appraiser called me. They end up sending an appraiser out to look at the vehicle to determine if it was a total loss or fixable. Obviously, because of the age, the fact that it's not sold in America, I knew it was going to be a total loss. They then called me, I think 2 days later, and said, hey, your car's a total loss. You're going to hear from John, and he's going to let you know exactly what you should be hearing from next. And then this is when the conversation has boom. Before I play this entire thing, I want to just point out that this is John, who's in charge of the total loss claim on my vehicle. This is the person that I'm going to speak to every day. That way we could get a resolution. We're going to work together, and we are going to hopefully find a way where both parties are happy.
Well, sorry to hear about the accident, man. I hope there's no injuries or anything.
No, I had a little cut on my leg, but that's about it. It wasn't okay. I didn't go to the hospital or anything.
All right. So I wanted to get an idea. Obviously I don't deal with these types of vehicles all the time, but were you planning on trying to buy the car back and retain it?
When I spoke to Bailey, I told her it really depends on getting, my main goal is getting fair market value. I don't think the car is drivable. Well, it's not clearly, but I think it probably will cost so much money to make it, I guess good again, where it really just depends,
Yeah, well, I mean, what's fair market value in your mind? I mean, talking about a 1997, right? And I know it's customized a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
I don't know. That's why I called you. I'm trying to figure that out as well.
Well, I mean, have you looked online for them? I don't have any idea what you paid for it or when you bought it.
I got it about a year ago. Oh, a little over a year ago.
Okay. So I mean, you know, do you want me just to give you a number? Because I mean, I really don't have much experience. All I can do is pull them up, and there's about 10 different versions of these things.
Yeah.
Different rear doors, different this, different that. I mean, you know, my first thought is somewhere around $8,000.
Okay.
And we keep the car, but I mean that, you know, I don't know if that's, I don't know what you paid for it or what your thoughts are or what the deal is. You know?
Yeah, that's definitely far off from where I'm at. I mean, but I could help you guys out. You want me to bring up some comparables and send them to you?
Yeah, you can. I mean, what were you thinking, money wise?
No, nowhere near that. I mean, of course, I don't think it's worth like $40,000 or nothing crazy like that, or even $30,000. I think that's a little ridiculous. But
so, I mean, are you thinking less than $8,000? Or are you thinking more than $8,000? I mean, help me out here, because I mean,
well, no, way more, a lot more than $8,000. I don't think I can find anything similar to that for $8,000. Especially if you keep the vehicle, it's almost like a double negative in that situation. Because I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think
What did you pay for it?
I paid $15,000 for that car.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Was it just like it says?
Absolutely not. I invested another maybe $20,000 into that car.
Who painted it? Because the rear end's got rust all over it.
Yeah. That was always like that.
So they didn't take the rust out before they painted it?
No, I purchased a car that exact blue.
So it was painted that way?
Yeah, it was not painted in America. I did not get that car painted here. It was painted in Japan.
And that's probably why they never took the rust out of it.
Yeah, there's Bondo like when she crashed into me. I saw like the piece that fell off.
Yeah, they didn't do it like they're supposed to.
Yeah, I'm into that car $35,000. If you want me to be honest with you.
Well, look, dude, I'm looking at a 1996 Daihatsu with 95,000 miles on it for $9,700.
A Daihatsu Mira walkthrough?
Yeah.
Okay, where's that?
I'm looking at, and this is all this stuff is in Japan. 1993 with 106,000 miles on it for $6,000.
Yeah, but so wait, hold on, I'm confused. Are we using Japan as the? Is that how you're gonna gauge the vehicle?
What do you mean?
Like, let's say you see a Daihatsu Mira walkthrough in Japan for $5,000. Is that what we're basing the value of? Because it obviously has to get here and clear from the port, and all those things, titled, tagged. You know what I mean? Like,
well, this says delivery. I mean.
Yeah, but I'll give you my experience from it. So, like, right now with the tariffs, if I were to purchase that vehicle for $5,000,
don't play the tariffs with me, man. I mean, you look. Why don't you get some comparables and send them to me?
Yeah, I think we should use them from America. You don't think that would be better?
Look, man, I've been around the block. I'm 56 years old. I've seen just about any car you can possibly see.
Okay.
This was a little new to me, but I mean, it ain't worth $35,000.
Okay, that's I didn't say it was.
So I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, might as well just pack it on up, pack it on up, pack it on up, pack it on up. Because I mean, it's not even remotely close to that.
Okay.
And I don't want to hear what the tariffs are.
No, I'm just letting you know though. I'm helping you because you're also, I would love to do a lot of these conversations via email. That way nothing gets misconstrued. But I'm letting you know that just because online in Japan, I don't know what to tell you then.
Yeah.
But
you can look, man, get comparables and send them to me.
I will 100% do that. But I just want to let you know so we can just kind of move off the Japan side. When you purchase a vehicle in Japan, it might save $5,000, but I'm letting you know that that's just not how it works. So you have to clear the car from the port. You have to pay the tariffs when the car arrives in America. For a vehicle like that, it's almost 40% on the purchase cost.
So I think we should only focus on comparables in America. My goal isn't to replace the vehicle in Japan. I want to get one that's already physically in America, that's titled, tagged, and everything.
Send me some comparables in America.
I will do that
And
for
we'll
you.
take another look at it.
All right, so I'll
And
send them
try
over
to
to
do
you.
the best I can to get as much as I can for you.
All right, I will send you that. I'll send you some receipts of purchases of things that were done to the vehicle as well.
Sure, that'd be fine.
All right, I got you.
All right. Thank you, man.
All right, have a good one.
Bye.
So there we have our first offer, $8,000. A lot of people were commenting, and I'm not going to post any of this on YouTube. I'm going to post everything on Patreon. But that's how you got to talk to these people. Like, they really try to get over you. This guy's job is to send me as little money as possible. Why the f*** are you sending me comparables in Japan? I don't give a f*** Mira walkthroughs are worth $2,000 there. Are we not going to factor in shipping, tariff, tag, title? Is it magically going to arrive in my house, you f***ing idiot? And I apologize for cursing, but I'm obviously very upset because all the accident stuff and me being chill about it was just because I'm assuming that insurance is going to do what it's going to do. As of right now, I'm still not that upset. Like, it's kind of funny to me. But it's also 7 a.m. in the morning, and, like, I couldn't even sleep because, like, I got to call this guy, I called him, they didn't even call me. But for him to think that it's a good idea to use Japan as comparables is nuts. It's actually nuts. Like, bruh, he's talking about it's the 1997, and that's what insurance companies do. I want this to really, like, I want Patreon, this $5 a month, to also teach you guys how insurance works. He's bringing up who painted a car. Who gives a shit? I knew they were going to talk about the rust in the back because a lot of comments too, I'm not going to call them stupid comments, but a lot of comments too were like, oh wow, holy rust. Look at all the Bondo in the back. Who cares about that? The person rear-ended me and the car's totaled. Who gives a crap about who painted it? But that's the little things that they're going to try to use to try to, oh yeah, look at the paint, it has so much rust. Oh yeah, it's a 1997 Daihatsu. Bro, if it's a 1997 Ferrari, it's still a Ferrari. Like, why would he even think that it was a good idea? And then you saw the attitude he had. Listen, I've been doing this for whatever. I've seen every car. I'm 56. I don't give a if you're 900 years old. You've never seen a Mira walkthrough. You've never seen one like me. Why are we talking about cars that are in Japan? So now what my job is to do is I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to send him comparables in Japan too because he wants to be an idiot and use those. And I'm also going to break down how much it costs to clear from the port and everything too because he's just so dumb. I made 2 mistakes on that call though. One, I said I don't think it's worth $35,000. I should have never said that. I should have said it's worth $1 million. But I knew it was gonna be $8,000, and they keep the car. $35,000, and they keep the car. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I was just like, oh, I guess I gotta just take the $8,000. This is gonna be a long process. It's gonna be a lot of back and forth. But at the end of the day, this person is doing their job just like I have a job, just like you have a job. So like, it's nothing personal. I think that he did talk to me a little too sassy, in my opinion, and I really don't appreciate that. Talking about, well, how about you send me comparables? Even when he asked me, what are you thinking of getting? I'm not going to tell you my number. You tell me your bullshit number. From there, we'll continue to go up. $8,000 is our base. We're at $8,000 right now. Now what I have to do, unfortunately, there isn't too many Mira walkthroughs in America for sale. I could only think of 2. There's Duncan, that's like 13,000 something. And then there's Japan Direct Motors. They don't like using, who even knows at this point, because insurance isn't supposed to use, first of all, they're not supposed to use Japan, but they're not even supposed to use like private listings, because if that's the case, if you have a Mira walkthrough and you're watching this right now, throw that thing on Facebook Marketplace and let me send it to them for $40,000. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually pretty ridiculous that he really sent me the Japan thing. I can't believe it. Actually, I genuinely cannot believe that he sent me Japan listings talking about, oh, I found one in Japan. Listen, it says delivered. We're going to end that here. That's episode 1 of insurance.
And just like that, as you saw, I want to say that's like a scare tactic. That's what they do. You got to really remember. I know a lot of people just say, oh, I always decline the first offer. But it's true. You have to not only decline the first offer, but you have to come back with comparables. That's what I was saying. I'm going to explain to everything. Like I said, if you want full, deep knowledge as to exactly what to do, almost step by step, I'm going to post everything on Patreon. But as you can see, it's just like, come on. Do I live in Japan? Was I rear-ended in Japan? Why are we talking about cars in Japan? And then you don't want to talk about tariffs? We're going to end this here. Stay tuned for part 2. It gets even juicier. Thank you for watching. Peace.
Remember the name. This is
Back it on up.